Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I am Jennifer, and I'm here to share another weekly energy reading with you. So, this is for the week of June 5th to the 11th. This is, I think, going to be an interesting reading because as soon as I started, planning my morning and setting the intention of doing the reading, I felt the energy of the fairies come in, and so they have some things to say. And I doused how many cards I needed to pull, and I got two cards. So there's two messages from the fairies to here today, and also I was drawn to connect with the two shaman oracle decks that I have. And so I did pull one already for the general overall message or energy of the message for the week. And it is going to be pretty deep. So stay tuned. I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll dive into the cards. Just jump in here. So I already have the cards ready to go. The first card, and this is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Now, this is a card I was referring to that has quite a deep resonance to it. And so this is a message for the collective. And this is the medicine wheel. So this is inviting us to not waste time, to keep on, with our healing journey. I trust that, whoever is watching this, if, you're already on a journey of healing. If you are not, this is telling you that the opportunity is now and not to delay, because it is important for the collective and the healing of the planet. So you are either it's going to happen no matter what. So you're either going to be pulled into it kicking and screaming, or you're going to step into it willingly and move from there. So the other part of this message, and the part that I felt was very important, and I keep losing it as I'm speaking here, but let me just tap into it again. Yes, okay, so this is asking you to contemplate areas of your life where, where are you being held in the past? So are you living from the past? Is your life being guided for you because of events that happened to you in the past? Or are you creating your life? Are you creating, your present moment? The way to do that is to release the past, whatever might be holding you and keeping you in the past. So that can happen through past events, traumas, where you incorporated and identified with beliefs about yourself. And so all these things will keep you in the past, and then you will be basing your decisions in the present on these events in the past. Thereby, you are still living in the past. So the only way to truly step into your power, your personal power, is to identify these aspects of you that are holding you back, that are limiting your potential and controlling you, and every aspects of you, really, and then releasing them. And then it is so this could be anything in the past, beliefs, relationships, anything like that. It can also be any type of relationship or job or any aspect in your life now that you find draining. So anything that is not for your highest good, and it's just identifying that and accepting it and bringing that into your life. So I'm just going to leave that there. So it's kind of a heavy duty message for the week, I think, starting off. So let's just continue here. Let us start with let's do the Fae. The Fae had the messages. Okay, and this one here too. And can you see those? Get those arranged here so you can see them. Okay. Just move them up a little bit. Oh, ho, ho. We have some waking up to do this week. Apparently, we have a tower moment, which I love. Tower, it can be seen as negative because it's a shakeup and an abrupt change in some aspect of our lives. However, that just means there's growth, there's opportunity, and awakening to a new aspect of ourselves. So to me, it's exciting. It's always good. They're challenging, but it's always, always good, always for our highest good. So we are starting off here with your desire is within reach. Have faith as everything is working in your favor. So this is really, to me, this first card of the, excuse me, the week. Pardon me. That the Fae wanted to tell us, and to me, it really does tie in with the overall message here. So this is about you relinquishing, releasing the past, and really starting to create your future, and recognizing that everything that has happened to you up to this point within your journey in this lifetime has always been in your favor. This is any traumas or struggles or suffering is an opportunity to grow. Now, this is a choice to see it that way. However, there is a certain amount of trust that has to come in with that you are always supported and loved. And so it's taking ownership of your personal power and not being afraid of it either, not being afraid of success. And if you admit to that, that might be an aspect of, it's if you are stuck in the archetype of playing the victim role, or the perpetrator, or the the hero, the person that comes in and swoops in and saves the day, then recognize that within your life. And once you have awareness of it, then you can step outside of it, because you can it's kind of like that unconscious part of you that you have been in and not aware of it. But once you bring awareness to it, then you can release it, and because it brings new light to the situation and your life and you. And so we have the sun. So this is very, very positive. It really is about, success in our lives and moving forward. I really, really like this card. It's a great beginning to the week, that, there's just a lot of positive energy around us at this time, and how we are being very supported, and our potential is crazy, just a crazy amount of potential. And following that, we have the King of Wands. So this is really, I believe, guiding us to connect with our passions, let our heart lead us. So whatever gets you excited, that's the direction you want to go in, whatever it may be. If you are aware of the aspects of your life where the shoulds, I should do this, and if it feels heavy, if it feels like a should, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. But question. I get that there are things that need to be done. There are responsibilities, but you can also change your attitude around it. If it feels like a should and it's something that you can't step away from or change on the outside, a three-dimensional aspect of your life, then you have the opportunity to change the internal language, your belief around it, so that it becomes something that brings you a certain amount of pleasure and peace and acceptance, and gratefulness for it as well, whatever it might be. But it's just changing your thoughts around it and knowing that the power to do that is within you. So following that, we have the Knight of Swords. So this is, to me, to me facing what would represent to me be like the past in our life. So this to me is taking action, taking swift action about whatever it is that you need to cut out of your life. I feel like he is like cutting energetic bonds here from your past. So whatever is keeping you stuck in the past, and just it's time to let it go. And I think it's just saying now is the time. Yes, and just jumping back up here too with that same train of thought or stream of energy in the looking at the past. with this King of Wands, yes, it is about, letting your heart lead you and your passions, and changing your thought processes around it. And I think that is what this is talking about in reflection to the past, realizing that, you did what you could to survive, and you adopted um, techniques, right, and conditions within yourself in order to do so, but you can let them go now. You are safe. And so it's just realizing that whatever it is, you have the power to change and to trust that within yourself. And yeah, so I think those two, really talk about the same aspect. So one is like the King of Wands is more of an internal, recognizing these aspects, and then the Knight of Swords is taking action to cut them from your life, internally, externally, in whatever way is necessary, and probably both. So following that, we have a debt paid off. So this to me feels like a karmic, because this is a general reading. Now, individually, this could be some sort of financial boost coming in for, one or two or three of us that might be watching this, maybe one. But there is also this, generally though, feels more like a karmic debt. And so the old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. So these are, again, to me, releasing the shoulds, and whether you make those changes in your life physically, or they are your internal dialogue, things that keep you heavy and down, and from feeling the lightness and the freedom that is already existing within you, but you are hiding from yourself. So to me, it's that kind of shift internally with your consciousness. Okay, so following that, we have the Page of Wands. And I feel like this is us collectively getting very, very clear and focused on what we want our lives to look at. It's really looking at these key components that I've spoken of here, and really choosing more consciously what you want and what you don't want. And oftentimes we don't know how to make the changes, but I think just bringing awareness and getting very, very clear on what it is we do want to manifest. He is looking ahead this way. So I feel like this is about your future, our future collectively. So it's getting very, very clear. And the more clear we are on what it is we want our life to look like and feel like, most importantly, we want to tap into the feelings of how that's going to feel like. And then that is when the universe will more quickly bring it about. But in doing that, that often means that there's going to be changes coming, and often radical changes, as with this Tower over here that I had mentioned. So following that, we have the Knight of Wands. So we have another, we know what, we have 3 knights in this reading. So there is a lot of action happening this week. There's a lot of changes happening. So the Knight of Wands, again, looking towards the past. He's looking towards the King of Wands here. So yeah, this to me, again, is saying what I picked up about this. There is a lot of cutting away of what we don't want in our lives anymore, in all the aspects, emotionally, attitudes, thoughts, relationships, jobs, whatever it might be, maybe where we live, and just how we think about things, and just bringing awareness to it, and making changes. So we are, it's just, to me, definitely saying the same thing. And interestingly enough, we have the World at the end here. So this is definitely, a karmic cycle for many of us. We are all experiencing this on a certain level, depending where we are in our journey, to, embodying higher energies and consciousness. Basically, more aspects of ourself, of our true light. And so this is, again, with the World, it's like, to me, representing the wheel in this. So it's about cycles, which is what this is all about too. This is talking about cycles, which was the overall energy. And it's about, it's time to, it's the ending of one cycle, beginning of another. I'm always talking about cycles, but there's so many levels of cycles. There's so many, cycles within cycles, wheels within wheels. And so this is just about, the teaching moments. So every time we go, around the medicine wheel, we are always learning deeper aspects, so it's almost like we're learning the same lessons, but we're not, because they are, it's like peeling layers off an onion. So we're always reaching deeper levels of truth within ourselves, and letting go of, those false layers to reveal who we really are. So in the final row, we have the eye of the needle, so intentionality. So, oh my gosh. So this again is really speaking to me in regards to the Page of Wands, and getting very, very clear and focused on how you want your future to look like, how you want it to feel like, and getting very intentional, excuse me, in that clarity. And so that this, because we are creating our lives, we are creating our reality. So it is getting very, very intentional, and letting the things that, fall away, that are fluff, that aren't really important or key components of where it is we want to go. But you need to know where it is you want to go, so that you know what aspects need to fall away. Okay, so following that, we have the Five of Cups. So I feel like in these changes, there is some sadness in that, there's going to be awareness is coming up of things that you are going to need to release. And there is some sadness about it, because it feels like there's going to be an emptiness or a hollowness, or like the stability might become shaky, or whatever, however that feeling manifests for you. Trust that it is just your ego, your attachment to these things, to these old paradigms, and they're not really real. They're just, it's through your belief systems. But Spirit is saying, listen, look what you can't see. You need to trust and let go of these aspects of you, whatever they are, because everything in your manifested world is a reflection of what your internal world is. So letting go of these aspects of you, you might feel sadness, and there is nothing wrong with that. Just have awareness around it and have gratitude for it, and then say goodbye. And then Spirit saying, look at what's waiting for you over here that you cannot see. If you, let these go and then turn around, there's new opportunities here, and that you don't even know about, but you are creating the space for them to come in. So yes, here is the Tower again. So radical changes in our life, shake up, shake up, shake up. So change is coming with this week if we are, experiencing this energy as a collective. Some of us are going to be more aware of it than others, but definitely change is coming, because you're going to feel like your metaphorical shoe is becoming too small for your feet, or your foot, and where it is that you are getting clear on where you want to go. Because I feel, because these are coming up here, there's a feeling that we collectively don't really know. All we know is that we're feeling squeezed where it is that we are currently at in some aspects, maybe not our whole life, or we have a vague feeling of it, but we don't know exactly what it is. But I feel that getting very clear on what it is that you do want, where is your passion, what feels most exciting, what feels most peaceful, what feels most expansive, what feels most light. And that is what the Fae and the shaman and just the general energies of the collective are saying this week, is about, once you get very, very clear and intentional on what you want to manifest in your life, what it's going to feel like, then you will be able to recognize what needs to fall away to create that space. So changes for sure. And again, here we have the third night in this reading. Knight of Pentacles. So this is, to me, telling me that we're like dreaming our world into being that we are. So with the gold, and to me, this is like a connection, power. This is representative to me of our third chakra, which is the solar plexus chakra, and it's our power source. It is in our body, just above the diaphragm, where below the lungs. And so we are, so even though the first two nights are about action, they are towards the past, right? Because they're looking towards the past. We have that Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands that are looking at the past. So it's about cutting out what does not serve you, does not take you where you want to go, because you are dreaming what you do want. And this one is looking towards the future. So it is, again, facing this way. It's facing forward. And this, again, is about just sitting, connecting with your power and what it is you want to create. So this is just a reminder of how powerful you are, and that this is your life, and that, it's up to you. So that to me was a pretty powerful reading, and that's what I got when I pulled that first card, the Medicine Wheel card from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And I thought, oh boy, this is going to be a pretty profound and deep, and have a message, and have a strong, message from Spirit with it. And definitely it did deliver. So that's it for the week. I really, really hope you are doing well. I am sending you all my love, and please take care of yourself. It is up to you, and know that you are supported and so loved. And thank you for being here. I really appreciate you all. And please, I always appreciate the thumbs up and your comments. And it just, it really makes me feel supported in these readings. And lets me know, keep doing them. I know Spirit is always urging me to, but when I actually get feedback from my watchers and subscribers, then, it's a pretty good feeling, and I do appreciate it. So please take care, and please join me next week, and we will see you then. And until then, have a great week. Bye for now.